Hey house guests, welcome to today's Big Brother Canada updates and spoilers. Our house guest today is Daniel Fernandez. Hey Daniel, what's up? Hope you're having an awesome day, and we just wanted to let you know we really appreciate your support. So if you guys want to be house guests today like Daniel, check out our Patreon link in the info box below. Alright, we got a lot of game to talk about here. So, as we've seen the past few days, the house is very indecisive right now. They're having a hard time deciding if Ika should stay or Jackie. So, William and Dylan were chatting in the backyard, a little Willy Dill action, if you will. So, William is thinking, we should evict Ika, and Dylan agrees. He's like, she's not the strongest player, but we really need to break up Demetrius, because they are a super power duo extraordinaire, and we can't have that anymore. If we don't take this opportunity now, they're going to be sitting together at the end laughing at us. So then Dylan's saying maybe Demetrius will lose his focus when Ika leaves, and William says, or maybe he'll be more fierce. I'm going to go with William on that. I think if Ika leaves, Demetrius would be out for blood. But they're both really scared of a split vote. Everybody's really freaked out about that this week. They don't want to be the two in a 3-2 vote. So they're going to be really careful not to make themselves targets, which is why I'm thinking it'll probably be a unanimous vote. But anyway, then Jackie was in the backyard with Dylan. He just parks his ass on that couch and people come out. So Dylan is like, well, sorry, Jackie asks him, what are you thinking? What's going on? And Dylan says, it would be really dumb to keep Ika, but keep in mind, I'm going to have to vote with the rest of the house. Because again, he does not want to be on the wrong side of a split vote. So Jackie's campaigning. She's like, I think it would be better for your game to keep me. I'm going after 2 people. You're neither of them. So she doesn't give names, but she says that she's not going after him. And she's also saying, like, if Ika stays, she's going to keep Kevin safe. So who do you think Ika's going to go after? There's not that many people left, so probably you. And Dylan's like, I mean, I'm on board. You're going to need to convince William. And then if you can get him, Karen and I will follow with our votes because you need 3 to stay this week. So it looks like William could be the deciding vote here this week. All right. So then Demetrius and Dre were chatting, and it seems like Dre is totally back on board with Ika at this point. I haven't really heard her talking crap, or at least not as much as she was before. And she's talking about, like, the future weeks with Ika. I think Ika freaking locked her vote down. It's crazy. So Ika is like, Dylan wants me out. I know that. He and Karen are trying to get William's vote, which is funny because it's, like, exactly what's happening. So she's right on with that. And Ika's saying Dylan should go next. He is like the male Jackie in this house. He's running around, you know, giving out everybody's info. And he's going to try and pull in Demetrius if I go. So that's more incentive for him to get rid of me. So, you guys, Ika, now that she feels that she's got Dre's vote locked in, she moved on to phase 2, which is getting Dre to target Dylan instead of Kevin. She's trying to keep Kevin safe. So isn't that crazy? And I think it's working. So Ika is like, we need to secure William's vote. That's very important this week. And Ika reveals to Dre, if I make a deal with Kevin, I'm going to have to honor it. So, you know, if I stay, I'm going to put up Dylan and Karen. Oh, snap! Alright, so then Demetrius was campaigning to Dylan for Ika, and Demetrius is saying Jackie is just going to keep flip-flopping. Flip-flop Floaterville! That's so hard to say. And Demetrius is saying if we stay, or if Ika stays, we don't have anyone else to go to, so of course we're going to work with you. Duh, you silly goose! Come on, they got a lot of people to work with. But Dylan is like, I'm just paranoid that Kevin is in your ear. He's thinking maybe they made some sort of deal with Kevin. And Demetrius is like, he just put us up on the block. You really think we're going to work with him? But he also says they did try to make a deal with Kevin before the nominations. Kevin turned it down, and now he doesn't have any more HOH power. So that's over. But it's not. Because they did tell Kevin, like, the deal's still on the table, and he took it. So, anyway, Ika and Dylan were chatting in the blue room, and Dylan tells her straight up, he's a little bit sketched out right now because he saw Ika talking to Kevin earlier, and he's weirded out by that. He's really freaked out that they have a deal. So Ika says, honestly, we were just talking about William and Kevin, you know, their relationship. It was not game related, which is true. At that point, they were talking about William being in love with Kevin, but that was like one of many conversations, and a lot of times they are talking about game. So Ika is claiming that she would put up William and Kevin. She's saying this to Dylan. No. She is just saying that to Dylan. She is definitely going after Dylan, but Kevin gave her permission to throw his name out there. Alright. So then Demika have a little cave chat in the have-not room, and Demetrius has been acting really weird since he got back from that test drive with Cindy. He's been like really down, but he can't talk about what he and Cindy discussed. So that's a freaking huge bummer for us, but also it's confusing for Ika because she's just like, what the hell happened? Why are you so upset? So hopefully we're going to see that in tonight's episode. If not tonight, I guess tomorrow, but I want to know now. But Demetrius says that he's a little bit worried that people are thinking that he just followed Ika's orders all game. He's like an idiot. And it's bothering him, but he makes it clear to Ika, like, I'm not blaming you. I'm worried that people think that I'm a loser. So Ika is clearly ticked about it because she's telling him, do whatever you want to do. Don't freaking listen to me. I'm not, like, going to control your game or whatever. And then she says, I was so excited to see you when you got back and to hear about your test drive, but I knew that something was off. And Demetrius is like, yeah, I had this weird moment when I was out there, and I was thinking about how weird it's going to be to leave the house for good, and it's freaking him out. But also, he is worried that the jury is going to think that he was, like, freaking a puppet with Ika's hand up his butt. So Ika lets Demetrius know, you're doing fine. You don't need stale with an S's opinion. Stale with an S! Damn, girl! So then Demetrius is like, I'm gonna be honest, she did get in my head a little bit, and it made me feel like shit. So Ika didn't like that. She left the cave, and she's talking on her way out like, I'm always the bad person, I'm the monster that controls everyone. And Demetrius was like, oh, I effing hate this place. So they're both upset at that point. Alright, we see this all the time. They're either fighting or they're like totally in love. So there's no in between. So Dre and William were discussing the upcoming vote, and again, William seems to be pushing for Ika to go. He's saying that she would put up me and Kevin. That's not true. He doesn't realize that Kevin's working that deal with Ika. And also, he's saying Jackie would probably nominate Kevin and Demetrius, but at least she wouldn't nominate me. So he's still hoping he'd be able to win the power of veto and save his Kevin Martin. But Dre brings up that Ika is less likely to win competitions than Jackie. So Dre is definitely pushing here for Ika to stay. It looks like it's working. So Dre's like, I don't know if Ika and Kevin have a deal, but I don't think that Demika would nominate us if they were to win HOH. And it seems like not only is Ika's campaigning working on Dre to keep her, but also the whole go against Dylan thing seems to be taking hold, because Dre lets William know that she's starting to not trust Dylan. You know, he's running around all over the place. She doesn't like that. So Dre says, honestly, she thinks that they're going to be safe either way with Jackie or Ika. They just have to figure out which is better. So then Ika has a turn to talk to William. She knows this is a really important discussion. So William asks, what would you do if you won the HOH? Like, I'm just curious who your targets are. So Ika reacted in a not so great way, because she was kind of like, what do you expect me to tell you my whole game? I'm not going to do that. So she tells him, like, I wouldn't go after you. I wouldn't go after Kevin. Okay? But she doesn't give names of her targets. So she says, when I give my word, I follow through. Jackie cannot say that for herself. So William is like, I'm really nervous that I'm going to end up on the block next to Kevin. Again, Ika says, like, no, I wouldn't put you up with this many people left. It's just not going to happen. And here is Ika's big selling point. She says it's not in her best interest to get rid of Kevin because he is also a big target, and she would have a chance to actually stay if she was up on the block against him. She really would go home against pretty much anyone except for, like, Kevin or Demetrius. So she's saying, William, I'm not going to go after your man. Okay, so that's what William wants to hear. So then Ica and Demetrius, round 2. Ica is venting about how William was asking who she would put up, and she's like, who do you think you are? I think it was very much okay for him to ask who she would go after, but she's all freaking offended by it. So she's also pissed that Demetrius said that Cindy got in his head, and Demetrius is like, damn, I'm not playing solo, I'm playing with you. And Ica's like, well, it's shitty. The same thing happened with Dre. People got in her head, and I'm tired of it. Like, I'm done. So then eventually Big Brother calls Ica to the diary room, and she's like, thank you, I'd love to go. And as she's walking out, Demetrius is like, oh, this effing girl. Again, they're still pissed at each other. So William goes to tell Kevin about his chat with Ica, and he definitely noticed the awkwardness when he asked Ica who she was targeting. So he's like, I think she was assuming that she had my vote, but no, you gotta work for it. So Kevin brings up that Jackie would definitely nominate him. He feels that way. Ica, maybe not. You know, she's saying that she wouldn't, but he doesn't know if he can trust her at this point. So these two are still very indecisive. And then it was time for Kevin to pick at William's back. And that's when I sign off. Alright, so this morning, Ica was ranting about William to Dre. She's still pissed about the night before. She says that William is just here for a rose. You know, he thinks he's on The Bachelor. It's the same stuff that she's been saying. But she's especially pissed off because of the conversation the night before. She's like, I have been working my ass off in here for weeks playing Big Brother while he is trying to get this rose from Kevin, and it's not going to happen. So Ica has fully realized by this point that William is the deciding vote this week. Karen and Dylan want her out. So whichever way William decides to go, that's pretty much what's going to happen. So Ica lets Dre know that William's starting to become a bigger target now. He really pissed her off, and if she wins HOH, she's going to be targeting William, Dylan, and Karen. He is on that list now, and she does tell Dre that she made a 1-week deal with Kevin, and she plans on honoring it. Ooh. So then Ica is talking more about last night and how she wanted to grab William and throw him over the balcony. Damn, girl, you should not say that. It's messed up. All right, meanwhile, well, she's talking all this crap about William. William is up in the HOH room with Kevin having some game chat, and William says that his gut feeling right now is to vote out Ica. And Kevin's like, well, I think you should go with your gut. But, you know, let's think about this. So Kevin says, for me and Dre, it's probably better to keep Ica this week. For Karen and Dylan, it's probably better to keep Jackie. For William, who knows? Okay, William, he's trying to tell you that he wants you to keep Ica. That's what's happening here. That's why he said, for your 2 allies, myself and Dre, it's better to keep Ica. That's what he was saying, right? I mean, that's what I got from that. All right. So then Ica apologized to Demetrius. She was like, I'm sorry for making yesterday about me. She was talking a lot this morning about how she has low self-esteem and how that causes people to make everything about themselves. So she's sorry about that. And she says that she would be upset too if people thought that somebody else was running her game. So she's like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's all good. All right. So then they have a little game chat themselves. And Demetrius thinks Kevin's just going along with this plan that they're offering him to get that 1 week of safety. What an idea. I don't know. I guess he's expecting Kevin to go to the final 3 with them, but I don't know if that would actually happen. So, yeah. They're like, maybe we should get rid of Kevin. Demetrius doesn't feel comfortable having Kevin and Dylan both still in the house. So they're like, should we go after Dylan or should we go after Kevin? You know, it sounds like they're already thinking about going back on that deal. Honestly, I think once that triple hits, that deal is going to be out the window, and anything goes at that point. But they don't know that it's coming. So, yeah, triple eviction tomorrow. Pretty darn intense. I'm really excited, but at the same time, it's like, wow, all the good players can go in one night. So let me know who you guys are hoping to see go. It's going to be interesting to see if Ica can really pull this off for that first eviction. Also, Jackie, I don't think she realizes how much danger she's in right now. Because at this point, I think Ica's staying, But who knows? Even though William is saying that he wants to vote out Ica, I don't know if he would actually do it. But Jackie is so used to being a pawn and being safe. She needs to get her crap together. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. And until tomorrow, much love.